Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great day. Today's video, it's going to be a bit shorter than normal, but I wanted to jump right into what we have, and that's a few photos of the prototype E-Ray Corvette that will be Chevrolet's first hybrid designed Corvette. I talked a bit about this in the last video, but I wanted to show you these photos so you all can check them out, and I also wanted to talk about why this Corvette may just be the perfect Corvette to own for some of my viewers out there. So let's first take a look at these photos. These photos that you'll see in today's video were taken by Michael Abo. He's a user over at the Mid-Engine Corvette forum, and I will put a link to the forum post where I found these that I'm sharing with you today. The first photo is down to the kind of side shot showing off the lines of the new E-Ray. And for those of you curious, the design name was originally going to be the Manta Ray, but documents have shown that GM has scrapped that name and they're going to go for the E-Ray. I personally do like that name better, but let me know what you all think below. Moving back to the photos, the first thing that jumps out is that red switch or sort of turnkey that protrudes from the side of the prototype C8. While we're not 100% sure what this component is, we do know that this test mule is working with new components, because GM would never test old mule cars for the car that is already in full production. They could upgrade components, however, and use parts from their old prototype cars. Nevertheless, the car is sporting some new type of tech in some way. I have seen a few forum users mention that it could be in fact a fuel cutoff valve, but I've seen quite a few others that don't believe that is the case. If we do have any super knowledgeable viewers out there, please let us know what it is that you think is that object in the comment section below. Moving on from there, we have a full front shot of the Camouflage Mule, but honestly, from this photo, it's really hard to see any type of new clues, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rear of the car. What you can see here is you can tell from the picture that they are continuing to do some more emissions tests, but the test car no longer has the full test kit that we saw on the last photos. Another item that will jump out at you is those rear taillights. They are certainly not the same that are found on the current base model for production, but we have seen them before. This could be just some trial taillights for the design, but it's hard to fully make out how it looks since they've covered part of the taillight areas with camo. I would be really interested to see if this is just for testing or if maybe they will implement these into their newest versions of the car. Typically though, in the past, the different model versions carry over the same taillight design throughout. So there you all have it. That is the latest photos over the new spotted E-Ray. While it wasn't a lot of new information we were able to dissect from it, it really is great news, because the more we see the car testing, the more chance it is of successfully making it to the lineup. A hybrid Corvette would be a huge accomplishment for the GM engineers, but it will come with its challenges that they will have to figure out. So you may be asking yourself, why would I want a hybrid Corvette? I already love the current Corvette layout as it is, I just want more power. Well, the answer's pretty simple. The first reason is that this car will be all-wheel drive. That in itself is a huge deal, and probably what will make this car sell like hotcakes. While I'm all for the incredible driving dynamics of my rear-wheel based C8, an all-wheel drive setup with the new mid-engine platform will help this car achieve far better performance times. And I have said this before, but I will say it again, you can make all of the power in the world that you want, but if you cannot put that power down to the street, it really is useless. And you also need to be able to put that power down efficiently. As I mentioned in my last video, it looks like the E-Ray will use the current 6.2 liter V8 found on the base car, and it will make roughly an additional 50 horsepower and 80 pound-feet of torque. This extra power, along with the all-wheel drive system, will help boost the already absurd performance times of the base C8. It will also improve handling, as it should help the car pull out of corners better, and you can bet that the engineers will remove so much understeer that was found in the base car. With all-wheel drive, there's really no need to protect the driver from those errors, and the all-wheel drive system would do that itself. I personally am all for an all-wheel drive system because of those benefits. I know you can't flick the car around and slide it as well, but I bet the car will have a variable torque management system that should allow it to push more power to the rear wheels depending on your driving conditions. Really, technology in that area has come a long way in the last 10 years, and I would bet they would implement that on the upcoming E-Ray. The next reason you would want to jump on an E-Ray is the fact that the all-wheel drive system is all made possible through the use of an electric motor found at the front of the car. I know many people find electric motors to be not their thing, but let's just talk about how the Model S's equipped with ludicrous mode seem to crush just about every supercar out there. Electric motors have instant torque, giving you max power from the get-go. There's no need to build up RPMs to help push out max power. It is just there instantly, and that's something that's almost baffling to truly think about. While it's not here yet, the new Tesla Roadster is going to be a car that changes the name and speed. 0 to 60 is going to be pegged at under 2 seconds. Now, I want you to really take a moment to understand how ridiculous and absurd that truly is. I remember when it was groundbreaking that cars were barely breaking the 3-second figure to 60. And now we have a car shaving off a third of that time. The difference between, say, shaving off a second from a 0 to 60 in 6 seconds versus 3 seconds is monumental. The power and physics that have to take place is just mind-boggling. Most people have never been in a car even capable of sub 3 seconds, 0 to 60, but I can attest it's something that is truly hard to convey in words. Your mind is just in this trance trying to figure out what's happening while your body is attempting to deal with the G's that the car is putting it through. I honestly do not think I could personally dream up what another second off of that run would feel like. I would imagine it's not for the faint of heart. My whole point in painting this picture, though, is to show what electric motors are capable of bringing to the automotive speed game. So I think we can all agree that putting this technology in a Corvette is really not all that bad. And then we get to the final reason you would want to buy this car, and it's for the pure fact that it could easily turn into a collector's car down the road. If you build one special spec and keep the miles down, there could be some opportunity to see it rise in value over time. I'd venture to guess that many people may jump on me and disagree with what I have to say, but you have to remember, this car will be limited production as this is the last Corvette series to have any type of combustion engine based on the news that we have received from GM. It is believed that the next series of Corvettes will most likely be all electric, as GM has said that most of the vehicles they produce after 2023 will be electric, and they will eventually move forward to all electric. This series of Corvettes, the C8 lineup, should extend past that timeline, but once it finishes, GM is most likely to push it to all electric. If you want more information, check out my video talking about this very subject. So, with it being limited and most likely one of the very exclusive hybrid Corvettes, it should help incubate conditions for a collector vehicle under certain right circumstances. So there you all have it, the new leaked photos of the E-Ray and some thinking points about the positive that this car will bring to the table. I really am curious what many of you think about this E-Ray, so make sure you drop your comments, your thoughts, anything you have to say about the car in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for your support and checking out my video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button as it appeases the YouTube algorithms and helps me out tremendously. If you are new to the channel, think about hitting that subscribe button. As always, you all take care, and I'll see you next video.